Did you only get Pippi because she's beige?
No, she just matches the house.
That's what I mean. Like, is that why you got her?
No, we actually got her
match
because one of our friends put on Instagram, they were like, we can't look after our dog anymore. We're looking for someone to buy her. And Will saw it and messaged and said, well, if you can't have her right now, we'll look after her in the meantime. You know, we've got 2 sausage dogs anyway, like, we've got enough space, like, she can come and just stay with us for a bit. So then I started posting saying, oh, we've got this sausage dog we're looking after, does anyone want to buy her? And then obviously we got 2 days in and I was like, Will. And we were like, she's so cute.
Yeah.
And then once you've got a little bond with the dog,
You can't let go.
no, and I was like, I can't do it, so we ended up keeping her.
Mm.
So she wasn't actually a planned dog.
But you liked her more because she was beige.
Yeah. She's all shades of beige, aren't you, Pippi dog?
Right, enough of that PDA, please.
Well, look at her. Oh God, now it's getting uncomfortable.
Oh, can't yell it.
Sorry, I kissed her on the lips then.
And that was her nose. That was a little noopsie. Right, guys.
Episode 43.
Episode 43.
Look at me keeping on track of the episodes.
Usually it's you, like, I have no idea what we're doing.
It's because I've edited them so much now that I've got it.
Now you know what it's like, because you know which ones you're doing.
Ooh.
So, guys, welcome back to episode
43
with Sania and
Leah.
That was a really good intro.
It was, wasn't it? Woo! You know what I was thinking earlier?
What?
We said we were going to make cookies for today.
Oh!
I know.
No, I thought we were going to do brownies.
I don't know, brownies or cookies.
Should we do it next time?
Yeah.
Okay, what ones are you going to make? Because we can't make this. Or are we making the same?
You know what? No, let's make different ones and we can do... I think we should just take it in turns so we don't both have to cook every 2 weeks. So one of us bring one for 1 week and then the next time we do it, the other
But are we not doing a bake-off?
Well, you're the one that made it into a competition. I was just like, let's enjoy some nice cookies or brownies, and you were like, it's a competition. Someone actually messaged me saying you really look traumatised when Sania like mentioned a competition. I was like,
she got scared.
I just wanted some nice brownies, and you were like,
if you want me to bake you some goods, I can bake you some goods.
This is a nice way of saying, can you
bake every 2 weeks, please, Sania, because I want cookies. But I bake for Reese anyway, because I
know, I see it all the time.
Yeah, I feel like everyone thinks that I've got an obsession of baking. I do.
I do.
I had so many people message me. So did you see the Oreo ones that I made?
They did look great. Yeah.
Did they not look good?
They did.
I had a few people message me about saying that they needed it, like they wanted some. And then I had someone say, you can even open up another business, Sania, with these cookies that you're making. And I'm like, don't tempt me. And I won't be able to sell them because I probably would have eaten them all by the time they get sent out.
Well, I tried actually to make some cookies. Me and Will have started doing this thing which is called Fun Friday. Right?
Fun Friday.
Mm-hmm. Where we like finish work a bit earlier, so like 2-3 o'clock. And we do something nice on a Friday afternoon.
Aww.
So it doesn't have to be anything major, like we actually had to go food shopping the other Friday, but still.
Oh wow, that sounds so fun.
After the food shop, we made like a nice dinner and we made some cookies.
Okay.
And we like watched a film.
And how are the cookies?
Well, they had to be vegan because obviously Will has got a milk intolerance. Yeah, so you can't have you can't have like cheese, milk, ice cream, anything like that.
That's so shit.
It's so annoying. I'm more annoyed about it than him because he's not that arsed. He's like, well, I don't want to be sat on the toilet like shitting for 2 days, so I'm not even bothered because the thought of it just makes me like.
See, I've got a bit of a dairy intolerance, but instead of shitting, I get constipated and bloat and have really bad cramps, so I can't have like Perform Whey.
Oh, okay.
I can't like have any like protein bars or any milk in my coffee anymore. Like I can't have milk where it's like in large quantities, any dairy in large quantities, but I can have it in smaller quantities. But even if I have like a bit of cheese, I get all constipated.
Oh God.
But it's not like where I'm on the toilet shit myself.
Yeah, see, Will's really bad.
Yeah.
And even if he has a tiny bit, like if he has something with a bit of milk in, that's it.
Yeah.
It like sends his stomach off. So he's like, I'm not even bothered because like the thought of it just puts me off anyway.
Yeah.
But it's really annoying because I like, you know when you get like a night, you go to the shop and you're like, oh, should we like, you know, it's Saturday night, should we get like a nice dessert or shall we have like a dessert from when we go out for dinner? And now we obviously can't share anything. It's like the other day we went out for pizza and I was like, oh, should we share like this nice pizza? And he had to get his own pizza because he needed one with vegan cheese on. And like we made loaded fries and we had to put vegan cheese on them because we were sharing them. And it's just like, it's it's so annoying because I'm like, oh, should we go and get a nice like snack for Saturday night, and we can't get anything because
you can get your own stuff.
But it's nice. Though,
you a sharer?
Like,
see, I'm not. Me and Reese don't share food.
Yeah, see, I like sharing it, or I'm like, I want to get something and we can both like eat it together.
Yeah, I get what you're on about, but me and Reese literally every night have separate dinners. Yeah. Me and Reese, like, don't get me wrong, if we go to the cinema, he might have a few bits of popcorn. But, like, Reese generally doesn't divert from his plan. Yeah. So I'm just out there living my best life on my own. Yeah. And we don't generally share. We'll sometimes share starters. Yeah. But that's literally as far as yeah. Like, if someone says, oh, can I have a little bit? Do you remember we spoke about it? And I was like, no. And you were like, you like share it, I don't. We
do have our own meals, but you know when you're like planning, like sometimes we'll have dinner together once a week or whatever. It's just annoying. But anyway, we made these vegan cookies, and they just were not. I was not happy with them. They were just like cakey. They weren't. You know when you get a cookie, you want it to be gooey, and it was like cake.
Wait till you try my milk chocolate chip ones.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
They're gonna they have so much butter in. Like, I honestly don't know how cookies don't mess with my stomach. Yeah. Because but I don't exactly go on and eat like 20 of them at once. Like, usually it'll be after a dinner where I've had like a balanced diet, you know, like veggies, protein, carbs. And I usually find that when I've eaten like more of a balanced diet, I probably could have a latte. Yeah. But I can't when it's like just a latte. Just a latte, or like just jacket potato and cheese.
Yeah, I get you.
So yeah, I will show you my famous thick milk chocolate chip cookies, and you can try some.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm expanding my horizon. I'm gonna like start trying like new flavors and stuff.
Can you put like some? Can you make some?
Excuse me, we're not making requests.
Can you make some Biscoff ones?
Oh yeah, I can do that. To be fair, yeah. Like what, milk chocolate chip and then like in
maybe some Biscoff,
like Biscoff spread and stuff. Or do you want Biscoff biscuits in there?
Can you put some spread, like a bit of spread in the middle of them?
Yeah, how much does Cookie Dealer charge? Like £4. £4 per cookie, please.
I love
for 10. The energy. All right, I'll be rolling it though. You want me to play with you?
Yeah, he does. He wants you to play with him.
Look, listen, we're working right now.
Anyway, what we were going to talk about today.
Yeah, the topic of today, apart from this is what happens when you talk to Sania about cookies. It goes on a whole tangent because I'm just a cookie lover.
Same, to be fair.
I haven't made any in like, maybe that's what I'll do when I go home.
Yeah, you did say you were going to chill tonight, so maybe you can make some cookies.
I probably won't. I'll literally probably go home like...
You're probably not working.
Yeah, I'll probably just like sit on my laptop, and then Beth will just be like on the sofa whilst I work. Because when I'm intense in work, I'm like I just can't hold a conversation because my head's in the screen. Yeah. Like literally, I'm like this in the screen. Do you get that?
That was like me when I got home from the filming on Sunday. I was like, oh, Will, because Will's going to London today. I was like, oh, go and get your stuff ready, and then we can watch a film together. And it got 2 hours later, and I was like this on my screen after the filming, so I was trying to like edit
it. Yeah. She just goes to her room and she's like, I just let you get on. I'm so sorry I'm that intense. Like, you don't have to stay in your room, because I have a desk in my room. That's where I do online posts and stuff, so that I can, like, so Beth can move around and stuff. But when it comes to like admin-y bits, I like to be in the mix of it all. Yeah. But I get you. It's like, you're just like, I can't stop now. I have to finish it.
Yeah, literally.
No matter how long it takes.
Yeah. Or when you get in a flow, you just like,
you don't.
I'm just like more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, I've got the idea of it now, and if I stop, I'm gonna take time for me to get back into it.
It does though, doesn't it? Like, I feel like flow is an actual thing. Like, it takes you. Sometimes I've got an idea and I'm like, oh, it seems so big, and I like can't be bothered to start it. But then once I get the ball rolling, I can do it for like 6 hours.
Yeah, I'm the same. That's literally what I've been like the last couple of days. But anyway, topic. So, topic of today, and it's definitely something that I have experienced more so recently. I think that's just with like business getting a bit bigger, social media, people like recognizing me, like just going to social settings where like maybe I'll know a few people, not like people know me from social media, but I just know people. And I really find sometimes like a lot of people see people on social media like me and you talking to the camera all the time, like very fairly confident, and I feel like it's not spoken about very often about like how, you know, like how to kind of like overcome like social anxiety or just general anxiety when going to a gym. And I feel like a lot more people, especially newbies to the gym, but like also just people maybe going to visit a new gym, do suffer with social anxiety.
I still got this a bit when I went to Ultraflex, because it's like I walked in and I'm very confident in a gym, as are you.
Yeah.
And I know what I'm doing. And even I said to Will, I was like, God, I walked into Ultra and I literally felt like I was a brand new gym goer again, because there was so much stuff. And obviously there are quite a lot of big names that go there as well. And I was like, oh my God, I felt so like, initially when I walked in, I was like, where do I even go? Like, what do I do? Because I didn't know where anything was. Like, I didn't know half the kit I was looking at thinking, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
You know? And I was like, oh my God, I'm a coach, so imagine how that must feel.
Well, that's another part of my anxiety, is like, obviously I'm a posing coach, I also coach. Like, it's, you almost feel this like pressure of knowing exactly what to do in every scenario when it comes to like the gym or anything like that. And I honestly, like, regardless of if you're a coach or not, I feel like going into any new place can be quite anxiety riddled, especially if you don't know, especially for the few times. Like, now I've trained at Ultraflex Derby like more regularly for like the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I actually feel very comfortable now. Same. But every time I used to drive there with Reese, because we used to go there we go there together. I honestly, like, it would come to the turning point, if you know, like, where the garage is. It would be like, it would be like maybe like 5 minutes before that, where I know the gym's coming up, because you have to drive past it to then go back to it where we are.
Right. Okay.
And honestly, my stomach drops down into my ass. My heart rate goes up. And another kind of like experience that I have is like going to the Arnold expedition. That sent my anxiety through the roof.
Because you knew you were going to know a lot of people.
Because I knew I was going to know people there. I knew there was going to be a lot of people, and I hate feeling like judged. And I hate feeling like I have hands on me. So, hands on me, eyes on me, sorry. So, going to something like that, and I knew, like, because I was going with Reese, like, that was going to be something that obviously that also sets off my anxiety, because people know him, people come up to him, and I'm a hater of small talk.
You were just saying this, weren't you?
And just like things like that, like, I feel like people maybe might look at me and be like, but you're so confident, like, you speak on social media, like, you speak to so many people, and I'm like, because I'm very good at putting on a bit of a but I feel like there are, like, I almost just want to like talk in this podcast, like, saying like everyone gets a little bit of social anxiety. I don't care how confident you are, but there is always scenarios in where you'll get a little bit of social anxiety, and I feel like there are a lot of ways that there are a lot of things that I've done to help manage that.
Definitely. No, I agree. And like, even like, I even get a bit like anxious sometimes just around like filming and putting stuff out there, because I used to be literally the worst person, you know, when it came to filming stuff. I was, honestly, it took so much for me to put a video of me talking on social media.
Did it?
And to feel comfortable. Like, it doesn't bother me at all now.
No.
But I would never post like videos consistently of me talking, because I just felt like
awkward.
Oh my God, I just feel awkward. I feel like I sound stupid, like I'm going to get judged.
I'm not going to say the right thing. My opinion isn't as valid.
That was a massive one for me. Like, why would anyone listen to me? You know, like, there's these amazing coaches out there.
What if I say something that's wrong? Like, what if someone disagrees with what I think?
And I sometimes get, like, when I go into the gym, it happened actually the other day in Ultraflex. Like, this girl was on this bit of kit, and I was like, oh, how much have you got left? And she was like, oh, just one sec. And she was like, oh, are you Leah? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, oh, I follow you on Instagram. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's still like, because I did that to other people that I view as like these amazing, incredible, like, well-known people. And I'm like, why would anyone know who I am?
I'm the same. And it's more awkward because I feel like, I'm sorry, but like, I don't know your name.
And then I just feel stupid.
And I feel awkward because I'm like, should I know your name? Like, do I follow you? And I don't realize. And I almost feel really like,
pressured.
I feel pressured to know this person.
I know exactly what you mean.
And sometimes they'll start saying, oh, you're Sania or you're Leah. And then it's like, they don't introduce themselves. So then it comes to the end of the conversation. I'm like, by the way, what was your name? and I always feel awkward saying it,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna like walk away and like not ask for an introduction, like for you to tell. Do you know what I mean?
I get what you mean, but then and that happened recently, and I was like, what? Like, how?
It's so
It's
cool.
a bit surreal, isn't it?
It's so cool, but it's also sometimes it can be like so awkward at the same time, because it's like, but how, why, and where, and what do you know? Like I sometimes like when I do like the PCA Expo and stuff. Sometimes people will literally tell me about like my whole season and what I did last week, and that freaks me out, because you know they'll see it on social media.
Yeah.
So they'll like talk to me as if like they're my mate and I told them.
Yeah.
And I'm just there like, this is so weird.
But then we're going to get that because we post a lot of our lives on social media.
But it's not that I think that person's weird. I think
the whole
isn't
experience,
it so weird that like you know that much about me and I know nothing about you. And that's not in like a rude way. That's just because it's like I forget how much sometimes I put myself out there on social media, that people actually do pay attention.
And that's what I think. I sometimes think, oh, no one looks what I'm doing anyway. No one really cares.
And then someone says that they do.
Yeah,
and you're like,
oh God. And especially when it's come from YouTube as well, because YouTube is obviously very personal, and you share a lot of your day-to-day on YouTube, like with the vlogs like you did.
Yeah.
And you'll get people and they like know so much about you, like, this is so weird.
You're like, oh my God, like, that thing in your kitchen. Yeah. You're like,
I'm like,
where did you get that information from?
Yeah, but it does create this whole, it is a bit like,
that's what makes me pent up and like very like, I think that's one thing that makes me very like, like just very nervous to meet people, because I just feel bad sometimes because I can't give them maybe what. And I also almost feel like, well, what if I'm not what they expected?
Yeah, like there's a whole expectation around like who you are.
But I'm stood here normally, like I'm not posed, but you see me posed all the time. So like, what if you'll turn around and go, oh, she's not as big as I thought she was, or she's not as pretty as I thought she was, or she's not as nice as I thought she was. Yeah. So you know, like those things. And that's why I get anxious, because it's all about like, you know, like the best way that I can describe my social anxiety is like, I feel like I'm going into an interview in every scenario. I feel like I'm being judged.
You want to give a good impression.
Exactly. Yeah. And there are ways that I've helped my social anxiety, especially like going into new gyms, going into new scenarios, because the one thing that I pride myself on is never ever letting myself not do something because of how I feel. Yeah. I will always say yes to things. So you'll
like manage it rather than not do it.
Like I won't run away from the situation. And I don't know if maybe you have clients who experience social anxiety as well. Yeah. That you give tips out. But I feel like the one thing that genuinely helps me in these occasions is genuinely my image.
Yeah, we were just saying this, like, I completely agree with that. And you know what, I've changed my opinion in this, because I used to be that girl that was like, why do people care what they look like in the gym? Like, why would you put makeup on to go in the gym? And now I'm that person that really makes an effort when I go to the gym.
Yeah, and I honestly was the same. Like, I never used to ask the questions why, because I get it. Like, everyone always feels better when they feel like they've put an effort in, they're clean, their makeup's clean, their hair's nice. Like, what I think is when I look like a slob, I feel like a slob. Yeah. And I can't hold my head up high because...
And be your most confident self.
And be my most confident self when I've not made an effort. Yeah. I'm confident in myself when I'm not wearing makeup. Yeah. I'm a very confident person. I have insecurities, but I'm a very confident person. Yeah. But if I know I'm going to a new gym or I'm videoing, I will put makeup on and I will do my hair and I will wear a gym outfit that makes me feel so good about myself, because I know if there's anything that I don't want to feel when I'm at the gym that I'm already anxious about going is feeling self-conscious. Definitely, yeah. And it's not that I want to make an impression or impress anyone else.
It's for you.
It's for me, and it's for me to actually get to that gym, and it's for me to actually feel confident in the gym, for me to have a good session. And I don't plaster a full face of makeup on. Sometimes I do, but like I don't like do like going out makeup. Yeah. I just wear enough for me to think, I look really good today. Yeah. And I feel really good today. Yeah. And that's what's going to get me going to this new gym.
That's what I've changed a lot as well, because I just used pineapple my hair, no makeup. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, but even when I'm at home working, like I'll get up in the morning, have my coffee, go for a walk the dogs, and then I'll come back and I'll like do my hair and put a bit of makeup on, because I just feel like when I'm sat down at my desk and I'm like, right, okay, I like
you feel good,
feel like I'm ready to go. Whereas if I'm in like joggers and a hoodie, or I don't know, a dressing gown or whatever,
you feel like you just feel slack, don't you?
Yeah, I just feel like I'm not in work mode. So for me, like going to the gym and like putting a nice outfit on, brushing my hair, putting some makeup on, I don't know, I just feel like, right, okay, I'm ready to train.
Yeah, it's like, it's one of those things, if you don't, like, I don't look at other people and think, oh, she's not wearing makeup today.
Yeah, no.
I actually don't even notice if someone's wearing makeup, unless they're wearing, like, in extreme, if, like, someone who definitely never wears makeup then wears makeup, it's like, oh. But, like, I definitely think, like, making yourself feel good in those scenarios and looking good, like, there's no harm in doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if that's what you need to do, then I think that's what you should do. And I know if I went to the Arnold Expo and I didn't wear any makeup or didn't wear a nice outfit, I literally would have gone into the corner and gone, no one look at me because I'm not presentable right now.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I mainly kind of look for, is being presentable and like looking clean, smelling clean, looking the part kind of thing. So that's one of my tips on going through social anxiety.
I think something else I get a lot, it'll be interesting to hear your thoughts on this as well, is clients. I actually saw you put something on your story about this yesterday, I think, about people filming and sending form videos, and I get this all the time from clients saying, I feel like an idiot, like I'm not confident enough to film in the gym, like I don't want to like get a tripod out and film myself, and how do you do it? And it'll be interesting to hear your thoughts on this, because I think with this, you just have to do it initially, because you're never going to walk into a gym when you've never filmed before and whack your tripod and your phone out and feel fine with it. And I remember the first time that I started doing this, I was like, shit, like everyone's going to look at me and think, oh my god, look at that idiot, what is she filming, who does she think she is, like,
her form's not even that great, like, it's what's so impressive about that set.
Or why should, like, obviously I look at other people filming and I'm like, oh cool, that's good, and then I do it myself, and some, I used to be like, oh god, like everyone's going to be looking at her like, who does she think she is, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think you only get more confident with that when you do it and you realise actually no one gives a shit.
Yeah. It really depends on where you are at a gym, I think.
Yeah.
I think it depends on what gym you're at.
Yeah.
To be honest, like, when I brought out that camera in the gym, even now, and I always use a tripod with my phone. A tripod with your phone is actually more slick than a fucking massive camera. Yeah. And when I even like today, like when I bring a camera out, people do look. Yeah. But it's not a look at. It might be it might be annoying to some if it's in the way, but generally I'm a nice person and I'll say, I'm really sorry, I can move it for you, because I don't care about content creation that much. Like, if it's in the way of someone training or someone doesn't want to be in the back of the video, I will always just stop recording or I'll change the angle. Yeah. Like, for example, today at the gym, someone didn't want to be in the back of it because I went up to them, I was like, you don't mind that my camera's here? It has got you slightly in the background. And they're like, no, please take me out of it. And I was like, fine. Yeah. Couldn't care. Someone said, oh, is it okay if I walk through? And I'm like, do what you want. Yeah. I don't care if you walk through it. Like, it's not the end of the world. Yeah. Like, I'm not expecting this, like, clean cut thing. So people already look and already, like, people just look because they're nosy. Yeah. And I honestly do think it depends on what gym you're at. Like, I feel like if you were to whack out a tripod in Ultraflex Derby, honestly, there's so many of them out there. People are there anyway. No one knows the difference of if is that mine or is that yours. Yeah. Pippi, stop it. Yeah. At a commercial gym, because I've got a lot of clients that obviously train at your standard commercial gyms. I think that I can understand. Yeah, I can understand. How I kind of like slowly build my clients up in terms of like, because obviously sometimes when you don't have a tripod, the angles are really questionable. Yeah. What I basically say to them, I was like, no one is going to look at you if you have your phone on your water bottle. Yeah, that's what I get people to do as well. Just rest it against your water bottle. Rest it against your water bottle. Even though the angle's shit, at least you're getting yourself there. And then I got a client that was really nervous, and she got a mini. You know, you can get the mini tripods that are like the little fold-up ones. Yeah. And they're like this big. Yeah. And then at least
it gets your phone you're not
good,
leaning your phone.
Yeah.
And you can kind of put your phone, you can either get the ones that bend and you can like wrap them around dumbbells and stuff and like on the side of kit. So at least then you're not whacking out a massive 4-foot tripod.
Yes, I think
and it's a bit littler.
Yeah.
Which helps.
Because tripod's like the one that we're even on now is massive.
Yeah.
And can be quite frustrating. And some people don't like tripods in the gym, and that's fine. Like, I completely validate that. But if it's not affecting you, then leave me alone.
Yeah.
If it's affecting you, kindly ask me to move it and I will.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I feel like it's more like you are right. You do just have to do it, but you don't have to whack out a massive tripod to do it. You can literally balance it on water bottle. You can get really like pocket-sized tripods these days. You can get someone to film it if they're there, you know, just to like, you don't have to look like they're filming, but mainly like, I can understand the hard tripod thing, because people think that they only film sets that are good, when in reality, like, no, a lot of people film their sets to look back.
Yeah.
I'll film all of my sets but only post like 3 of them.
Yeah.
Because I just want to look at my form for my next set.
Yeah.
What needs to be better? Was this too heavy?
Yeah.
Like, I don't analyse it straight after my set, but I just do it like when I have time.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, like, I feel like that can be like really scary to begin with.
I completely get that, because I've been there.
Just gotta build it up, you know. You just gotta gain
big
that
steps.
Yeah, exactly.
I just think you're not just going to suddenly feel confident. You have to actually do it to start to realise that actually nothing bad's going to happen. No one cares.
Exactly.
I always think with that, like, the only person that's negatively impacting from that is yourself. Because you could be training for all this time and actually not doing things quite right, and you're missing out on so much progress.
This is what I say to some of my clients, because some of my clients send me form clips like all the time, and then there's some clients that literally very rarely, and I'm like, look, I have so many tips on just these 3 videos that you've sent me, and you've got probably about 50 exercises per week. I'm only getting 3 per week and you're sending me the same ones. I was like, if these ones need editing and help and an analysis on, then what do the other ones look like? So let me help you, because that's what you're paying me for. But yeah, I think another thing when it comes to like overcoming like social occasions is like what I like to call as like scoping out the place, and like going into a place with a plan. Especially a gym. And what I mean by that is having a gym, like knowing what equipment's going to be there, or just having a bit of an idea by going onto the website. But also, like, when I go into like a new gym, generally what I'll do is I'll go on, like, make my way up to the treadmill. But whilst I'm making my way to the treadmill, usually a treadmill oversees a lot of the equipment anyway. I will look around, I'll know kind of what I need to do, and 9 times out of 10 there are basic equipment and very easily usable. I feel like the prime equipment for me gives me anxiety, because I don't know what to set it up. I don't know what number it needs to be on. I don't know where the angle is for this, or where I need to put the plates to make it the shorten, lengthen or mid-range, and that just sends me off. I just refuse to go on some of them.
They are a bit tricky, some of them.
Just sometimes, like, if I haven't used it before, I'm like, what? Wait, what?
Most gyms don't have that extent of kit though, do they?
But I will just make sure to essentially kind of like scope the place out and have a plan of like, the leg kit's there, the dumbbells are there, that's there, this is there, that's there, the toilet's there. Just so that I have, when I go downstairs, I'm not like this.
I think that's a good idea. And I sometimes say that to clients as well. If you've got people that are like, oh, I'm just nervous about going to the gym in general, or just feeling a bit like, oh, I really like can't be bothered, I'll say, well, just go and do 10 minutes on the treadmill and just see how you feel. Because then normally by the time they've done that, they're like, oh, actually,
I'm here now.
I'll just crack on. I know where my first bit of kit is. Because as long as you know where your first bit is, if you can walk through to the treadmill, be like, okay, that's my first exercise, that's where I'm going first. Then when you're on that one, when you're resting, you can look around a bit. So I just think it's like, right, just take it. I still get a bit, like, when I go in a new gym, I'm like, oh my God, where is everything?
I just follow Reese. Like, 9 times out of 10, you'll see... I do need to stop doing it, is generally if we go to a new gym, to be fair, sometimes because we like to train with each other, because we don't get to train with each other too often, but I'll just train with him because I'll just follow him then, and it just stresses me out less. But like, you are right, like, you can just look around, and like, because the one thing that makes me anxious is like, not people think, I I always say to the clients, like, no one cares what you're doing. No one cares if you're doing anything wrong in the gym. And I know that. I know if I was struggling and I know someone in the gym wouldn't go, oh, what a stupid bitch. They'd go, oh, do you need help with that?
Yeah.
And, like, I know that that's the case. Yeah. But I also, again, with the pressure of being a coach and on social media and having a following and people expect you to know everything and know what to do with everything and have the answer to everything. So when you almost don't know, like, you know, like when you're looking around, see the gym is, or how the hell does this gym equipment work, like what even is that, I then feel really like and like nervous and anxious because I'm like, people are going to think I don't know anything and I just look like an idiot, when realistically no one cares. Like, you could literally do the like stupidest dance moves in the gym and like most, like 1 out of 10 people will probably look over you and just look. Yeah.
And also, like, I still walk into gyms and I'm like trying to move the seat and I'm like, how the fuck does the seat move? And I'm like, there, wiggling it around. Yeah. And someone comes over and they're like, do you want a hand? And I'm like, actually, yeah, I don't know how to move this. So that still happens, like, even to people. I know if you're new in the gym, you might feel a bit stupid, but that still happens to people that have been training for like years and years as well.
Yeah, like it still occurs.
Yeah.
I know Georgie, she did like a reel of,
I was just about to bring that up,
And honestly, like, I want to do something like that as well, just to test it, like a social experiment to see if, like, if I was to do something like that in a busy gym, is it the same result? And I'll be honest with you, most people probably don't care.
Most people are too held up on what they're doing themselves to worry about what anyone else is doing.
And I know if I saw someone struggle, like, I've done it so many times where I can see someone's genuinely really confused and I know exactly how to use it, and I'll go, oh, it's so hard, isn't it? Like, do you want any help?
Yeah.
Like,
I've picked up clients in the gyms from doing that.
Yeah.
From helping clients with, like, set something up.
Yeah.
And they've followed me and then I've ended up coaching them.
Exactly. And it's just being friendly. If you haven't watched our previous episode, you will know that girls need to be more girls.
Yeah, I agree.
And just help people. Do you know what I mean? Don't just stand there blank faced. Do you know what I mean? And that's another thing that gives me anxiety, again, because if a girl doesn't smile at me, I'm like, why? What have I done?
Do you not like me?
What have I done? Like, do you not like me because of social media? Has someone said anything bad about me? Like, what's going on? Like, why don't you like me? Why are you not smiling at me? Why are you, trying not to make... And I just get into a spiral.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And that's why I'm smiling at everyone, because I'm like, I really hope, like, you have a good day. Because it's like, I hope that smile, like, makes you feel better about yourself. I hope, like, me smiling at you, just, I don't know, like, just brings, maybe you're having a shit day.
Yeah.
You know, and, like, someone smiles at you. But those are, like, a few things that I do with social anxiety. There are loads of, like, other things that I do that essentially help me in social occasions. But I think the one thing that you mustn't let kind of get the better of you is social anxiety, and just to put yourself in these situations. I'm a massive introvert, but I have made such an effort the last couple of months. I think that's probably why I felt more anxiety, because I've pushed myself. Yeah. Because I want to get good at these things, and I want to be not more of an extrovert, because I like my bubble, I don't want to change. Yeah. But put myself more in, like, these social anxious situations, because I don't want to get so bad to the point where I then can't end up doing anything social.
Yeah, because you're worried about
all these things.
Yeah. And I guess, like, the more kind of you grow and your business grows...
He's staring at me because he wants the toy. He was like this.
the more you and your business grows, the more people are going to basically know of you. I guess the more, like... the more opinions people are going to have, you know? Yeah. So it's that whole thing, because you see people who are, like, very well known within the fitness industry, and they get people saying loads of stuff about them, but it's just because they have such a big following.
And I hear people say stuff about other people to me. Yeah. And I'm not really someone who... I don't think I've ever bitched about anyone to you, because I'm generally not a massive bitchy person. Like, I won't just randomly... if someone's upset me... I'll talk to you about it, or I'll talk to someone about it, but I don't then go on social media and go, oh, look at that person. But I know people have done that to me, and I know I've heard people say that about other people, and I just know how nasty people can be, especially if you don't know them. So I feel like that's one thing for me, is that I've been friends with someone who's friends with all these people, but then chat shit about them. So it's like, well, if someone like that close to someone is doing that, then I get anxious about my friends doing that, but I know the friends that I have now don't do that.
Yeah.
But also just hearing about like, well, if a lot more people are like that person, like the person who goes and talks about, because people are judgmental these days, and that's fine. Everyone is judgmental in their own way. But I just feel like I don't like to be the centre of attention in that scenario.
I know what you mean.
Especially if it's like, just like I've not done anything.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I completely get what you mean. Yeah.
I literally don't even know who you are, but you already are judging me.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that I dislike. You know me through social media, but you don't actually know how I am as a person.
That's the thing, like, because when you do, like, we post a lot of our lives on social media, and on YouTube there's the vlogs, like, so
the podcast.
So then people obviously, they do get to know.
Well, they think they get to know you, but they don't. Like people see Reese. He has like over 100,000 followers, and they think he's this hardcore bodybuilder who does everything 100%. And don't get me wrong, he is.
Yeah.
He is that person. But he's also someone who gives me cuddles at nights and tickles my back to go to sleep, or he'll get me a cookie downstairs, and he calls me kitten.
Oh,
and like,
cute.
do you know what I mean? Like these, there's like loads of different things where like you think that you know people from on the surface, but you don't actually know them deep down. And because people only know the surface they have an opinion on that, and then sometimes I feel like forget that there is a whole person. There is a whole person underneath there, and there's someone that you don't actually know. Now, even though we do this podcast, we do these YouTubes and we do these social medias, and probably 70% of our lives is out there, there is still that 30% that you don't know.
Yeah, I completely get what you mean,
So I think that's, like, the root of my problems is just previous experience, but also, like, knowing how shitty some people can be.
I do completely get what you mean,
And it's, like, it's again, like, I think the one thing that we all need to come to realise is not everyone's going to like you.
Yeah.
And I struggle with that.
I really struggle with
that.
Because
I want everyone to like me.
That's my... I have a thing, that's me all over.
Yeah. I remember you saying that in, like, a few podcasts ago. You were like, everyone has to, like, you have to be liked.
Yeah.
And it's all right. Like, I get what you mean. Why don't you like me? What's going on? Like, what have I done? Am I not a nice person?
I think that's where it comes to with me. I'm like, oh my god, if I said something horrible, like, that's my, like, worst nightmare.
There's some moments where I don't care.
Yeah.
But there are others where I'm like, but why don't you like me? Like, if you've met me in person, I'm like, but why don't you like me? But if it's just through social media, I'm like, I'm probably not surprised. Because I literally DMs on Instagram and stuff like that, I'm so shit with them.
Yeah, so am I, to be honest.
Literally have to, like, take out a day every week. Like, if you get a response with me within, like, 48 hours,
that's great.
On Instagram, that is, like, top tier level messages. You message me on WhatsApp and I don't message you back within an hour, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's hard on Instagram though, when you've got clients, you've got obviously business stuff, you've got people in the industry, and then you've got friends. It's like, it is a lot to keep up with.
Especially with how many Instagrams I have.
You've got a lot. I mean, I've got... How many have I got?
I just give people my number. If I know that I actually... Because I always... like, there'll be, like, 4 points in the day where I will respond back to WhatsApps, and I'll respond back to the ones that I need to respond back to, and there'll be others that I leave. But on Instagram, I don't even think about checking that until I've literally got nothing else to do.
And then sometimes I look at it, I'm like, fuck, I've got, like, 55 messages. I'm not going to look at that right now.
I'll just like the comments, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't have the capacity to hold 100 conversations. I'm sorry. But that I feel like is a good way to kind of, like, conclude this podcast on, like, social anxiety. I feel like it's kind of nice for people to kind of relate. Yeah,
and also know that even people that look really confident are probably still, like, everyone can put on a front.
Oh yeah, all the time. I especially get more anxious when I'm around my period, like when I'm like before my period, on my period, and after my period. There's, like, maybe, like, 2.5 weeks where I'm like, I feel great, and then, like, sometimes I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, I literally know what you mean.
But hopefully you guys can kind of, like, relate to some of what we've said, and hopefully some of the tips that we've given you, like, has helped you, or is something that you guys do. But if you have any other tips for us, I would be more than open to hear them, because anything to get me through social occasions will be great.
Yeah, basically.
So if you haven't already, please like, please subscribe, and we'll see you for the next one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.